Hey everyone, 95 Fathoms here, and welcome to what is now my fourth Halloween hunt of 2021. This is sort of a generalized hunt on Route 16 in Kalos. The possible encounters here are 61% Pumpkaboo, 20% Foongus, 10% Phantom, and 9% Klefki. Foongus is pretty much the only thing that I wouldn't go for here. Klefki is not a ghost type, but it kind of has that, possessed item thing going on. So I think anything besides Foongus on this route is pretty, Halloween fitting. If I had to pick a target, I'd say Phantom. I actually do have a shiny Phantom in my original Y version, but it's because I got a random one in the Friend Safari while I was just testing things out, trying to figure out what Pokemon were in a Friend Safari I just added, and I don't really count it because it's a method shiny. But I think Phantom and Trevenant have great shinies, and I just really like them. Pumpkaboo also has a great shiny, great Halloween themed Pokemon, but I don't like Gourgeist as much, which is why I'm more hesitant on that one. Klefki I'd probably consider more of a target if it were a higher percentage. I'm scared of Foongus because 20% makes it the second most common Pokemon, and it is so hard to tell if Foongus is shiny in this game because you really don't see that back unless you wait for the camera to shift. So if you miss the sparkles, there's a good chance you could fail it. So I'm not too pleased about Foongus being on this route. But anyway, I've already done some encounters, about 100, just over 100 in fact. I was messing around trying to get everything set up for this hunt, and I did some encounters. But I'm triple hunting this, but I'll show you one encounter on this game here. And that is a regular Pumpkaboo. Anyway, I'll see you when something shines.
Shiny Foongus! Why is it a Foongus? But it's a shiny Foongus! Oh my god, okay. I need to get my camera. This is why I'm hunting with the sound on, because there's no way in hell I would have noticed that 3 Foongus at once and one of them's shiny. Of course, the 20% strikes. Well, you can't win them all.
Okay, here we are. I got my camera set up, and here is my shiny Foongus, which you heard on the camera, or sorry, heard on the recording, is obviously hunting Gen 1 Rhydon at the same time. And this is my fourth? Yeah, it's my fourth shiny in my Halloween hunts. This is the first phase I've gotten. This is pretty much the one Pokemon on Route 16 in Kalos that isn't Halloween-y. It also, I mean, Foongus is the bane of my existence. It's just... you cannot see it shiny from the angle it starts at. That's why I was playing. I usually don't hunt with the sound on. I usually have my headphones on, and I'm, multi-hunting. I was hunting on 3 games. So it's just a total cacophony if you've got 3 games going at once. Oh, I can't even spore it. I almost hit Slash. That would have been embarrassing. I should just throw a ball at this loser. I will say it was exciting to get a shiny and hear the sparkles, because I'm just not used to doing that. But just use a Premier Ball. I don't really care about this. But it's annoying that I have to do it. This came at 6,477 encounters. It is October 25th, so I still got time before Halloween, so I will do at least one more phase on this route, and Foongus is caught. I really don't hate Foongus's shiny in a vacuum. I think it has a nice shiny. I think Amoonguss looks nice. I like the purple. I like the change. I'd prefer to get it in Gen 5 because that's the gen it originates in, but I mean, just look at it here. You can barely see it, but in battle, when they first appear, you have to be paying attention for the sparkles and the change in lighting, and it probably would have been something that I noticed anyway, probably, but I was just really worried. Okay, so let's nature guess this this little mushroom. I'm gonna guess timid. It is brave. But yeah, so let's do an encounter with this thing, and I will get back to hunting. Regular Pumpkaboo, which would have been an ideal, likely shiny to get, and shiny Foongus. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next phase. Somehow dinner hole is worse than orifice. Shiny Pumpkaboo! Shiny Pumpkaboo! Oh my god. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna include the voice clip of what I was saying right before this. This is my second live shiny on camera. I wish I had 3DS capture cards. I don't. But I'm watching playthrough of Deltarune. Well, right now it's Chapter 1. They eventually will be Lauren the Flute. It's her replay-through of Chapter 1 and then going into Chapter 2. I'm very behind. And shiny Pumpkaboo. This is the same game that got Foongus at 7,821 encounters. That's crazy. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna make a quick cut here and get to a close-up. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, as I said, this is on the same game that found my shiny Foongus. 7,821 encounters, almost double odds, which is I cannot complain. I had such good luck with all of my Halloween hunts. You know, if I'm gonna go over odds, doing it on a 4096 hunt, you know, technically fewer encounters overall. Like this would be just under odds if this were an 8192 hunt. But for a 4096 hunt, in terms of odds, this is, what, about, the equivalent of 15,600 encounters? Anyway, so this is shiny Pumpkaboo. This is, 61% technically between all of the different sizes. I think this is maybe the medium size. I've never really done that much with the sizes of Pumpkaboo, so I couldn't tell you for sure, but this was sort of the obvious target of this hunt. It's the most Halloween-y, and I mean, it's a really nice shiny. I'm not the hugest fan of Gourgeist as a general Pokemon. I used it in my first Y playthrough, but I really like Pumpkaboo a lot better. Phantump and Klefki would have been cooler, but I didn't expect to get them. It's just nice to get something that isn't a Foongus. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, it's nice to get a shiny. It is actually November 2nd right now. I have been kind of done with this hunt for a while. I was like, oh yeah, you know, I'll go for another phase, and just took longer than I thought it would. Didn't really want to hunt for this past Halloween, but it's still kind of fall-like. I mean, pumpkins are still around in November, so even though it's kind of Halloween spooky, I think it still works. Let me start catching this. Do I want to just throw balls at this? And what do I want to catch it in? I must have thought about this, but now I don't remember anymore. Premier balls? That's probably easy enough to do. I'm just going to throw Premier balls. So anyway, so I've been kind of ready for this hunt to be over for a while. And caught. I wasn't really that invested in any of the shinies anymore. With Halloween officially over, it just felt even more pointless. I'm just ready to move back onto one of my big quests. Here's the shiny dex. I think I'm going to move back to my Leaf Green Dream Team. Oh, I didn't... Did it tell me what size it was? I think I know what... Oh, that's right. I remember what I was going to name it. So I'm just glad to move on. Like I was saying to myself yesterday, if I find another Foongus, I don't care. I just want to move on from this hunt. So yeah, my 4096 luck has been pretty bad for my first two hunted shinies. Both of them pretty substantially over odds, but yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully this will balance out my shiny luck a little bit, so I won't have to go to like 20k in my next 8192 phase. But if I do, you know, that's the way it goes. Yeah, I'm nicknaming it September, which is, even though I not only was hunting it in October and then it's November now, I'm naming it that because September feels like a very quintessentially fall month to me. Even though that's kind of funny because September is mostly not fall. But I was thinking about it last night and I wrote this really... Well, I wrote a poem in 8th grade that had September in the title, and it was a poem that I wrote in 8th grade, so you can imagine it was extremely edgy and cringy, but nonetheless, it just came to mind, and I was like, you know what, that'll make a good nickname for whatever I get, except maybe Klefki. I did end up nicknaming my Foongus, which you can... Oh, you just saw the nature, I did not see it. There she is, Fun Gal. Which I'm disappointed I didn't think of that nickname on the spot, but I never think of good nicknames on the spot. I only thought of this one because I thought about it ahead of time. It's Jolly. I don't really know what Pumpkaboo is good at, but I mean, Jolly is a pretty good nature, generally speaking. Yeah, but I think it's bulkier, generally. I don't think it's very fast, but its attack and speed are pretty on par there, so that seems like it's a reasonably good nature. I do want to withdraw it, but it also occurs to me that I have not saved yet. The one good thing about this Foongus is that I can use it as a sweet center if I ever decide to horde hunt. I'm glad I found this. I mean, it's a very fitting way to end off this hunt, I think. Phantump, as I said, was like my soft target, but it's a 10%. I wasn't expecting to get it. This is a nice shiny. It's one that I don't have in any capacity yet, so I'm not going to complain. A regular Pumpkaboo. And a shiny Pumpkaboo. That is really gorgeous. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me check and see. Will the Pokedex tell me what size this is? Unless it's the super big size. If it were the giant size, I would be blown away because that's a 1%. I don't think that it is. Okay, a large size. Super size. Okay, I guess it's super small. Okay, it's small size. Okay, so it's not average, it's small. I don't know what percentage that is. I guess I can look that up really quickly just to find out exactly how rare it was. But I mean, a Pumpkaboo is a Pumpkaboo is a Pumpkaboo to me. Small size is 20%, so yeah, it's pretty average. Anyway, so this finally concludes my Halloween hunts, even if a little bit late. I still haven't done anything with any of my other Halloween videos, so I have no idea if this is going to go up anywhere near Halloween, much like the rest of my videos. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next hunt. Take care.